All right, welcome to Haters Ball. It's your boy Dumb It Down. Here with my older brother, the old Baldy, and my younger
What's
brother,
happening?
B-Dog. And we got a lot to talk about today, man. A lot of topics. But first off, man, Baldy and I, we went to the Wu-Tang concert, so that's the first thing we want to talk about. We went to it. Baldy, what were your thoughts on the concert, man? What were your thoughts on the tour?
Wu-Tang Final Chamber. It was. Hey, look, man, I was glad I went. I thought it was a good show. I don't love those big arena shows, and so it was different than other shows I like to I normally go to. It started on time, caught me off guard, and Run the Jewels
Right
was
on
up there
time.
yeah. I mean, like that, yeah. 8 o'clock hit, they were like, "Y'all ready for Run the Jewels?"
Yeah.
That was not very long. It was, they had a 45 minutes is a nice set, but it still felt short. It felt like no
Super
time.
short, yeah.
And then that was it. And then there was a little intermission, and the Wu-Tang came out. Like it was a nice show, man. The Wu-Tang came out there, did about an hour and 45 minutes or so, almost 2 hours. They rocked for a good long time. Mm-hmm. Everybody got some shine. So I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, no, that was my first time getting to see them all in concert, together like that. So I loved it. But I agree with you that arena shows are not the same feel as when at least when you're not on the floor, right? Like I didn't have floor seat, so I'm in the stands, and it's different when you in the stands than when you are on the floor next to the the stage. That's a very different feel to me. But I think they did so many great classic tracks. They have such a great catalog, and they all switched out. It was very interesting how they kind of came out in like duos or trios. At first they all come out, and then it's like Ghost and Ray, and then it was Meth, and Redman came out as a surprise guest at our show. So that was super dope, and they did like a few tracks together, and then then they did like Jizza and RZA come out, and and they just do it like that, and then it was like You God and RZA did a couple songs, and then they all come back together. So it was great. But there definitely was, I don't know what was up with Jizza. I was looking online. I saw some people saying things about shows, other shows with him too, but he seemed a little off when he was doing his part. So definitely hope everything's good with him. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
That was probably I would say is one of the downsides. There was definitely some big pros and cons to this show. I seen Wu-Tang live before. I was really happy to see them all, but it was weird. Jizza did seem a little off, man, and I don't want to speculate, but he just seemed a step. And this thing is funny because his style and what he's known for is that sharpness.
Exactly.
He delivers lyrics like cleanly. And you could like the way he delivered, and his delivery just wasn't in the show, and it seemed like the guys was doing things to help him out, and so that was was odd and not ideal. I do hope everything's well, long term for his health and everything like that. But again, that was what I would say is probably the low light. But there was some big highlights for me personally. One of the highlights was they had this had a I guess not the standard set list. They had some songs that they did that I didn't necessarily expect. Ghostface did Holla, one of my favorite Ghostface songs. And so I was very excited. So that was great. Everybody got a couple moments to shine, what I'm saying? Even You got Master Killer, Capadonna, the ones who don't really always get that love. INS did Above the Clouds, his verse from Above the Clouds of Gangstar, which was like, okay, I didn't expect them to pull that out in that show. So that was really good. Those are some of the highlights for me.
For sure. And Meth, man, I mean, Meth, like, he's still jumping around like he still seemed like he, hasn't aged, at all. Really, him and Red, they came out with just so much energy. Every time I feel like Meth was on the stage, he stole the show. I've praised him a lot, about his rapping ability and in recent features and stuff too. But I mean, his performance was amazing. Redman came out and like they that to me that was the highlight between them. And then of course, like you said, Ghostface did it with they had a soul singer. Background live singing, all the different like sample, parts of the song. So that was super dope too. Those are definitely highlights.
Yeah, Rainy Days. Yeah, that was good. That was they had some good ones. Part of it is funny is because when you go to the shows, one of the things I like so much is the energy. And in this case, when you're in that arena, even though this was like, every 40, 50-year-old, maybe some 30-year-olds was up in there, but like it was deep with Wu fans. People would pull out all their old Wu-Tang t-shirts, and they'll when you start getting close to the arena, you just see people coming from every corner walking into the arena, with their Wu stuff on. So it's a lot of fans in there. But when I was in there, I was sitting next to a couple that brought a teenager with him. I mean, maybe he was 18 or so, I don't know, but the dude seemed like he didn't want to be there. Like his parents made him go. So while I'm hyped up and I'm rapping the songs and I'm freaking out when Ghostface does holla, the dude next to me sitting there still.
Yeah.
Me and my wife excited. Then I look over, they got a couple people sitting down, and then they got one dude standing up dancing.
Right.
So it was like a lot of like the energy wasn't consistent, and that changes how you feel about the show when you're there.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't know if it's just because it's an older crowd, but there were a lot of people that were sitting down. At times, I felt like, even feel like almost like I'm doing something wrong if I'm standing up because I don't know if the people behind me can see and everything like that, So definitely different. I'm used to shows, either just, regular, club shows or festivals where everybody's standing up or, you know what I mean? So I definitely I've never been to one of those. So Bito, what's your thoughts on? I know you had to take about just concerts in general. What was your thoughts?
I think they're overrated, man. It's hard to find. There's not many good performers to me. So, is if I had to spend my money on it, it's rare. There's like maybe 5 people I would spend money on and go see, but they're
I think
overrated,
that's
man.
just the generation of rappers that you like. The old school rappers form. The new school rappers, they be doing nothing. They don't. They just stand around on stage. They don't do nothing.
Yeah, no, because guess what? You'll spend your money to go see a dude say like you would pay for that. You would go pay.
No, I
You
wouldn't.
would pay because you love that shit.
I saw him in
Not pay
concert
for that.
at the Roots Picnic, whatever. I saw him at the festival, and
Oh
people
yeah,
would go
that's
crazy
right. You were
when
at
that
the
song came on. But he wasn't doing. He had the backtrack, and he was just I was like, why is everyone going crazy for the show? But hey, it is what it is.
Nah, man.
But
I do love when you go to the concert show. I mean the shows in the smaller venues. I'm talking about like the clubs or the the small performance venues in your town. I do like it, like because you get to be, first of all, you get to be close.
Yep,
and you feel like you're right there. You know what I mean? So I always get there early. I'm right in the front. If it's an artist I love, I want to be there early. I want to be able to get some dap from the artist. Talk to be front row with the people that's singing every word. You know what I'm saying? The fans. That's where the energy's at. That's where the enjoyment is. They do have people in the back of the shows that standing there just looking cool. Or they just sipping their drink and they just watch it. But I like to be in the front. So it's hard to do that in the arena show. It's just a different setup, where you can't really be that close to it. And then the other aspect is, I don't know if it was just the Wu-Tang, but it was just older folks in there. So maybe they weren't hyped. I don't know. People was hyped in the lobby, so it seemed like everybody was going to be hyped, but then you get in the thing and it just feels like
there was some, but there were some people who like I even asked, I asked some people next to me, I was like, oh yeah, y'all big fans? They were like, oh yeah, but they just seemed like they would just want to sit down and enjoy the show. I don't know, so it's different when it's an older crowd, I guess, maybe, but I don't know. But there was definitely people that were hyped, and then of course if you're on the floor, I'm sure it's different too. But so It's interesting. That was my first arena show, but it was dope. Let's get on to the main topic, man. And hopefully we get some people in the chat. Shout out to the people in the chat. But we definitely want to talk about this Clipse song that just dropped, the single. Now, usually I don't be getting too hype off of singles, but the Clipse, they dropped Ace Trumpets. That was fire. And then this one, maybe even better. And so just dropped today. So be it. Let's talk about it. And what's your thoughts on the song? B-Dog, let's start with you because we ain't hearing you. What's your thoughts on the song, man?
I love it. I hate listening to singles, but I love it. It's getting me hype. The last single was pretty good too. So beat is amazing, rapping's amazing. I love it. I'm super excited for this album.
Yeah. And I love this video. This black and white video. I love how they shot it with like the shadows on the walls and some parts and stuff like that. And it's just it's a great song. And just these scenes, these effects is super cool. So I'm hyped, man. I'm fully my hype is too high right now. I usually try to keep my expectations low, but the way the marketing, the way they've done this rollout is to me immaculate. Like they got people talking with the controversy stuff, the articles and the songs dropping. I just feel like it's all like being done so well to lead up to the album. So I don't know, y'all as hype as me or what?
Yes. I don't normally get hype for singles either, man. But how could you not be? Look, you're right. I mean, they hit you with the Ace Trumpets, and the Ace Trumpets was cool, and you was like, okay, they back, and we about to get some good stuff. I think this song right here is like out of the park, man. The beat on it is crazy, and then everything about it is great. Like the stuff they saying. First of all, these dudes. One of the things that I noticed about their verses, and Push always has a high level verses stuff, but I don't know if it's because Malice is there or what. I feel like every line is a quotable. They be saying it's crazy. So yes. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm talking about, man. And look, this the thing is about greats. You want to see greats be great. You know what I mean? Like when they come out, you're supposed to be a legend. All right, let's see what a legend look like in 25. How you make that look? How do your videos look? How does your music sound? How does your rollout look? Like this is kind of like hitting all those marks right now. Now they got to deliver, right? But right now that's what we get.
Yeah, and like to what you're saying, like I don't know if it's because Malice is there or what, but like I think in their old albums when Malice was always the star, right? Like he was always the the star of the show, at least for me, and I think for most people. And I think maybe since they split and since Push was solo and made all of his solo music, I don't know if it's because he stepped his game up to another level or what. But now when they're on these songs, it just feels like they're both knocking every verse out of the park. Both with tons of quotables, like you said, on each song. And so I mean it just makes for I don't know, it's just perfect. Yeah, it's awesome. So
but it's quality like all across the board. And like I said, man, then you get the extra controversy. So like as far as sales, they just know that it's like perfectly done. Like, oh, I got a little controversy in the song, little disses. Then they got a come out the same day. Interview.
Just article. Yeah, the interview. Yeah.
And so in a big magazine where people will notice, what I mean? Like it's not a secret because but as soon as you Google like, dang, push a diss Travis Scott, it pops up with the article. It's like, oh, you can read about it. So maybe that's just because that's hitting the mark for me as an old person who doesn't use social media, but reads, is like, oh, okay, that's well done.
Yeah, no, and I think clearly they planned this out well with the interviewer, or I don't know if this was their idea or if this was just the interviewer's idea or whatever. But to have that first interview come out, with the first single, or around the time of the first single, and then hold this part back, knowing the interviewers already heard all the songs, and knowing this is going to be, a topic of discussion, this is going to be something people want to know about, still ask those questions and holding this part back to drop another article the same day as the video drops. It's just, it's really dope. Because when this song first dropped, I heard, today people were saying a lot that he was dissing Kanye. So let's get to the lyrics that everybody's talking about here.
While you pulling that up, man, we see y'all in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all. You right, man. These dudes floating. I mean, they definitely rep hard for Virginia Beach. And it's really cool that Pharrell locks in with them as much other stuff as he got going on. He could easily be like, oh, I can't get to this X, Y, and Z. Give him a beat maybe, but it sounds like he's really in his bag as a rap producer, you know what I mean? And he's like, this is that clip shit. This what they need. Like it's it's almost like they all inspire, to put on. So
yeah, because the beats on both these songs have been great, right? The beats on both of these songs have been great. Of course, it's Chad's not there. Malice has the line. Wish upon a star on the stars on my roof. They all scattered. Ain't no more Neptune, so peace Saturn. He had a, so that was his, take on the whole, split. And I definitely, hope the Neptunes come together. But it was definitely cool to hear him address that. And then the main controversy everyone's talking about though is this bars from Push. Dropped the third verse, and it's you cried in front of me, you died in front of me. Calabasas took your chick and your pride in front of me. Heard Utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat. He actually goes further. Let's get to the whole one because he says more after that. Let's see. Right here. The next gonna call it the way that they see it, but I got the video. I could share it and AE it. They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMZ it. So be it. So be it. So this is a very threatening, menacing, verse Push gives. What y'all thoughts on this?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like it. It's a good verse. I don't know. Is this what the album's gonna be about? Is every song gonna have a verse towards somebody? Or
I mean, that'd be good promo,
right? It's gonna steal a ton. I mean, I don't know what sales are. We'll talk about that because I saw somebody in the chat ask about it. But I mean, the controversy does sell, so I don't know. Maybe I doubt it's every song though.
Yeah, I think maybe they just leading with maybe just leading with this one. Maybe it's just because it's a dope song, or maybe it's because it, sparked the controversy. But I don't know. He talks about this in his interview, right? Because some
well, hold on before you get into that, because I know you want to go to the interview. I want to talk about the interview because he basically explains why he does this, what he's talking about. But I want to ask, B-Dog, when you heard this, before you read what he was saying and the reason why you think, I know you just asked the question about is every song gonna be like this? Do you think that that's like clout chasing, where they put these singles out with these little disses and stuff? Is that what you was getting at?
Yeah, kind of. Yes. I mean, are you gonna talk about it, or are you just gonna put a little snippet here just to sell it? That seems more clout chasing. But if you're gonna talk about the situation, I didn't read the interview, so I don't know how in depth he went into it. If you're gonna talk about it, and talk about it. I just don't understand the little subtle disses.
Yeah, so it is pretty subtle on it, and but I like first of all because he's talking to the person. He's talking to Travis, and he's talking in a way that Travis will know exactly what he's talking about. Travis will know this is about him. Travis will know exactly what he's saying, but it's not. It's like when Jay-Z did the who keep that between me and you sort of thing. It's that same type of thing here to me.
It's not out of line though. It's perfectly in what they talk about in the song. where they like, hey, this is done, you know, this shit is done, or this happened in the past, so be it, right? And so when he talks about it, he specifically, and the thing I like about the way Push talk about stuff is he not really putting a lot of like sauce on it to me. Like it sound like, hey, I know this is what it is, you know, you ain't shit. Like it kind of, just kind of like how you talked about Kanye, kind of like how you talked about the people, kind of like how Malice talked about the split with the Neptunes. It's just it's straightforward, so be it.
No, it's unapologetic. It's like, like, you know, we're not worried about anybody's feelings, you know. This is it. This is what we think.
And it don't sound like he's trying to hurt your feelings either. It's just like he just said it straight up, like this is what's going on, and he addressing the things that they have with different people. It's like, oh man, that's, you know, the way he does it is different than others, I feel like.
Right. I agree. It doesn't feel like it's cloud chasing to me. You know, they just feel genuine. I love, they feel like they are who they are, and they've always been. You know, it's not like they're doing this for a gimmick. At least that's not how it feels to me. But do you think definitely B-Dog
or? Gimmick? I don't think it's a gimmick. It's just, I don't know, man. After that last album run, when he was begging for the Grammy sales, I just don't want to see no corny shit like that again. So this is leaning towards that, and I don't want to see that happen. I want to really.
No, to me, this is the opposite. When he was begging for a Grammy. He was he was campaigning for album of the year. That's true. That was the thing.
I went to the show. He was like, make sure you know album of the year, and I was like, dude, just can we get back to the music? Like I was, it was kind of weird.
Right, and I feel like this is the opposite to me. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like this is the opposite. I feel like this time he just got with his brother, got with Pharrell. Who, he just went back to the roots of where they started at, and they just rapping. And so that's how it feels to me.
And you ain't got to sell nothing on this one.
Yeah, you're not selling.
You ain't got to sell people on that album of the year. It's gonna be evident, like if it's really like that.
And listen, man. I can't believe Def Jam. We talked about it last week, but how does Def Jam not release this album? I mean, so far this sounds like it's about to be a home run. How could they not release this? What motivation do they have to hold this back, or even let this album go? It seems crazy to me that this happens.
I mean, look, they probably made the calculation. Look, we're not gonna make that much money off the Clipse, even if it is a great album. It's not about to be whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever.
That's what I was just looking up. Like, I don't know what's big for them. Like a home run is what, 70,000 units? Like that ain't much.
Okay, but we talking about Def Jam ain't had nobody, no hits, no nothing, no success in a long time now. Okay.
What you mean? They had your boy, man.
Who, Benny?
Might swerve on the corner. Whoa. Jello.
Jello. Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, that's the route they're going. That's the route they're going. That's cool. All right, let's talk about the interview. Let's talk about the interview though, because Push definitely explains a lot. And this interview came out. First people were thinking of this, because he says Calabasas. I think people immediately went to Kanye. But this is clearly about Travis Scott, and he explains it all in this interview. In GQ, and so right GQ. Here, so he explains it right here. Let's see. No. There we go. All right, all right. So he says the true context of it is that we were in Paris, literally working. He was calling to play P, the new album. He came to Pharrell's studio at Louis Vuitton's HQ, where Clipse recorded most of "Let God Sort Him Out." He interrupted the session, pushed a record. He sees me and Malice there. He's like, "Oh man, everybody's here." He's smiling, laughing, jumping around, doing his effing monkey dance. We weren't into the. I know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, like like clearly you can already tell, like Push clearly don't like this dude, right? So. We weren't into the music, but he wanted to play it, wanted to film us and Pharrell listening to it. And then a week later, you hear Meltdown, which he didn't play. He played the song, but not Drake's verse. Push was quick to add that he doesn't hold Travis to any standard because as he sees it, Travis has a pattern of remaining conveniently neutral when it suits him. He's done this a lot. He has no picks. He'll do this with anybody. Did it with Sickle Mode, on which Drake seems to diss Kanye, despite Travis's close ties with him. Push then referenced last spring when Travis joined Future and Metro on stage and excitedly asked them to tease Like That, the song whose incinerated Kendrick Lamar verse ignited Kendrick's beef with Drake. He's on a rolling style loud stage. Play that. He don't have no picks, no loyalty, to nobody. He'll jump around where whatever he feels is hot or cling to whatever he feels is hot. But you can play those games with those people. We're not in your mix. Keep your mix over there. And then he says right over here, he says the last quote I'll say, it says, so that's my issue. That's where my issue comes in. Like, dog, don't even come over here with that, because at the end of the day, I don't play how y'all play. To me, that really was just like, he's a whore. And the interviewer says the print can't do justice to the disdain in Push's delivery here.
You have the best disdain voice ever. Yeah. That nigga be disgusted.
Yeah. So, what y'all thoughts on this situation, man? Do y'all feel like Pusha is right for addressing Travis in this way, or what?
Nah, he 100% right. Because Travis he nail on the head. That was blunt and perfect and honest. All facts.
I mean, yeah. I appreciate it. Obviously, I enjoy it. I like to hear this type of stuff about how the artists really are. We all got fans. I mean, favorites of artists, and all we have artists we like. And obviously, the more you like the artist, the kind of more you want to know about them. Travis Scott's a huge artist. I don't feel like, even though he has documentaries and stuff, the way that they interact with each other is different than the stuff that you really selling to the fans, right? So it's interesting to hear that that's how he moves. A lot of people thought it was weird that he was, dissing Ye and dissing other people, or riding with people who were dissing people that he's supposed to be cool with or whatever. Yeah. So, I mean, that is it's not the first time you heard this, but I like that he explained why.
Yeah, no, exactly. I love that he explained why. And that's the thing. He never seemed afraid to just give it up straight. A lot of other artists, who do subs or do, say stuff in their verses, but when they ask in the interview, they dodge it, or but not Push. Push tells you exactly how it is, exactly how you feel. Misha, in the chat, says, a couple of comments here. It says they're addressing the issues they have with individuals in the industry. They should address these individuals. And she also said that this is the same reason Travis and Pop Smoke fell out with each other before his death. So, So, I mean, think good.
I like that Push straight up, says it. At the same time, you can see why somebody might hate on that and be like, why you talking about it? Why you going into this stuff in public in an interview as part of your rollout? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The bars on the song is one thing, because everybody don't understand what them bars mean. People misinterpret bars all the time, right? He's straight up making it very clear. The dude asked him, "Hey, why are you who you talking about on this song?" Dude's like, "Oh, I'll explain the whole situation." Like, mm-hmm. So I can see why some people would choose to hate on that. Does it bother me? No, I don't really care. I'm not a huge Travis Scott fan, but a big Travis Scott fan might be like, "Why you talking bad about my man's? What's wrong with that? He cares about the vibe. He cares what's hot. So people think that that's okay."
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Travis seemed like the type I just want a moment and I want to have a good song. He don't care what's happening on it. I feel that. I mean, I feel that, but
okay, I get that perspective. Like, if all you care about is selling music, but if you really close to the people you say you're close to, right? Like, if you care about my opinion so much that you're gonna come, fly to wherever, my studio, and then just to play me the song. And then, you conveniently don't tell me that somebody's dissing me on an album, or you know what I mean, or you allow somebody to diss me on an album. It's just weird, right? Like, are we friends or not? Like, that's all. You know what I mean?
But
are they friends?
But that's what I'm saying. You got to think about who Travis came up under, right? With Kanye, who was doing the exact same thing, as we could see years later when he talks about bad about all the people that's been with him his whole career.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing it at that time. It wasn't like at the same time he was, asking for you know, like he wasn't running to Jay-Z, listen to my album, and then on the album dissing Jay-Z. You know what I mean? That's not what was happening.
I don't
You
know.
know
He might have been
what I
saying all
mean?
kinds of crazy things in the studio with Travis, so I ain't gonna put nothing past Kanye.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, they had ties too. So outside of the whole music industry and stuff like that, where they would be at mutual family events and stuff like that. So I don't know how that goes. What their relationship is, but like I said, I think this is cool, but I could definitely see why somebody might hate on it.
So I think this is Push kind of addresses this too. Here on this next part, he says, "I've already dealt with the lack of loyalty to his mentor, to the guy he looks up to." Pusha says, referring to Kanye, "I've been dealing with the corny stuff that goes along with them, so it's like I'm on a whole other place. Don't bring that stuff over to my house. I just wanted you to have that true context, man. Honestly, Frazier, you got to realize I've really been in Paris. I've been making my joints. I've been doing my stuff. When these people mention me, they're really going out of their way. What have I done besides wear clothes, bro, in the past couple of years? It's like these people are going out of their way. Somebody brought Meltdown to my house, to P's house, actually. I mean, I don't give a F. P don't give a crap either, but it's like, it's the principle, right? So I think, that directly, goes to what you're saying, B-Dog, he says, I'm not going on nowhere. You coming to me to make me listen to an album and somebody's dissing me on the album, but you conveniently leave that out, You want to videotape,
Right,
like
100%.
part of your promo, part of Travis's promo for his album was Pharrell nodding his head to the song, right? Reacting to the music, right? As a cosign, like you making
That
making it seem like I'm giving a cosign to your album,
right.
And then on that same album you got somebody dissing me, right? So you making it like I co-signed, you know what I mean? Yeah,
that is weird, dog.
It's weird.
Yo, check this song out. This song is great, man. I'm gonna turn it off before this. And I saw some quote like people was like maybe Drake didn't get the verse in at that point and things like that. But
Even if he didn't, like, how it's gonna look afterwards.
Exactly.
Right. Then you could just make a phone call or something at that point.
Exactly.
I don't know how that works. I don't know how people feel about this stuff. Like pushing them don't seem to care. I don't think Pharrell cares at all. He making clothes and whatever the hell else he be doing. So Lego movies, so I don't think he's worried about this shit at all. But you can see why somebody would be upset about it.
Yeah, no, I completely understand why he's upset about it. So, what y'all think of? I mean, and of course we don't know what it is he has a video of or anything like that. But I don't see Travis responding in any way. Do y'all? I mean, like, Travis Scott would not want to get into a rap battle or a beef of any sort with these gentlemen. Right?
I don't
that would
think
be a bad
that's
idea.
not even his thing. He's a vibes guy. Like, ain't no beef in the vibes. That's not happening.
He'll have a line or two about it. He might have something about run into the magazines or something like that. He can have some. He could, like I said, I think that's the only angle you really got to diss what Push is doing here. Is like, oh, why you doing these interviews? So you can say something like that. So Travis might have a line or two, but he's not gonna have like no 16 with bars like that. Like, yeah, that's not. Yeah, it's not gonna be that. If it's any kind of beef, it ain't gonna be like that
for him.
Right? Yeah,
somebody will, but I mean, it's not like he's not stressing that.
Write him some bars. I mean,
nah,
maybe. Yeah, but even I don't think he was disloyal to Drake, with all that that stuff. So I don't think he I don't know. I think that kind of behavior people see your true colors like after a certain amount of time, right? This is what people say about Drake, right? Like that just stuff in the background that they have issues with them for a long time, and that's why this 20v1 thing happened. So that kind of stuff comes back to you. And I think Push is just the kind of person that he doesn't have a tolerance for it. He's going to address it instantly. So, yeah, man. But besides all the controversy, the songs are dope. I mean, both of these songs are dope. Ace Trumpets and So Be It, both great songs. The clips seem like they, full form. Every single line from this song are like quotables, man. So, yeah.
We're gonna see what this album is like. It's definitely gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be decoding every song for beef, no, man. Please don't have us doing that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
I'm about to say it's not secret. It's not like decoding, especially when you're gonna give an interview that's gonna come out the same day that's got a full explanation. It's like no decoding necessary.
Exactly. I just want to hear some good music. I do like the darker sounding songs, though. I like this single way better than the last one. I agree. This is perfect for me.
Yeah.
But it gets me too hyped. Like Dumb It Down was saying, like right now I'm feeling like this album about to be 8.5, 9 minimum. Like I might be disappointed with anything less.
I think that's fair. I don't think Push is out here trying to make less than that. I mean, his solo albums are good. Malice is even better than him when they were together. So I expect it to be good. If Pharrell's on his stuff for 13 songs or however many, 11 songs, whatever it is, this is gonna be good. Like I don't have no doubts. The question is it good, great, or a classic or something like that?
I want a classic. This feels like it's about to be just as good as Daytona. That's how I feel.
Yeah, Timbaland got AI to do his. He ain't. It ain't happening for him right now. What happened to your man's? Dumb It Down bailed on us. Oh, he must have had some kind of problems, man. He paying your electric bill, your cable bill, man. Get your internet up. Froze on him. So we about to move on to the next topic, right? Well, but he has the rundown. He's the producer.
Exactly.
I was wondering where we about to go after
we can hear you, man, but you still froze.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. What's up with that? I'm trying to fix it, but at least y'all can hear me. So we can go to the next topic. So we're talking about people dissing people. We wanted to talk about JPEGMAFIA as well, man. JPEGMAFIA had a lot of things to say in the interview he did with Billboard, right? And he got an album coming out too. So kind of to B-Dog's point earlier, this does seem like this may be a trend in as far as the rollout thing goes. Diss somebody to get some controversy started for your rollout sort of thing. Do y'all think that's a trend or what?
This thing is a lame. This thing is corny. 100%. 100%. Like this isn't the first time he dissed Drake, and he just keep doing it every album. So this man, he's just looking for a little attention.
Yeah, he could be looking for some attention, man. Dude. I mean, he does want some attention, but I mean, he has his own lane. Like he kind of gotta hold his own area.
Exactly.
But I get why he would feel slighted. People don't. People treat him like his music ain't part of hip hop and stuff like that, and so he, taking some kind of offense to it. What are you looking at? What is Eastern Honeys, Doug? What kind of ads?
Ad, bro.
Yeah. Mail
what kind of ads you getting? What kind of ads you getting?
I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't get rid of the ad, man. I don't know. This is Billboard, man. This is Billboard website. All right. So let's yeah, no, that's hilarious.
My bad.
I don't want to click on it. That's for sure. I definitely don't want to click on it. All right, yeah. There we go.
EasternBaddies.com.
There we go. There we go. Here we go, man. All right. So let's let's talk about let's talk about some of the quotes he said, man. JPEGMAFIA, man. He said first when he talked about Drake, he says, "I think a lot of people are gonna jump." So first, let's get up. We don't want to hear Drake complain about women. He's anymore. We don't care. He's 40. We need something different. I'm here to try to provide and cultivate that as much as I can. I can rap because rap fans are effing bored. Their idea of doing something different is taking different sounding, stuff and throwing trap drums on it. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to really F you up. You get what I'm saying? And if not, I did not do my effing job. Conscious rap has Nas, trap rap has Future, experimental rap has me. That's it. So, first off, what y'all think of this? Him mentioning Drake. What y'all thought of what he had to say about the future of rap and pushing the culture forward?
Doing that wrong.
Nah, you are wrong. You know why? Because one person is selling this and another person is selling this, nigga. You actually you're not even you like down here. All right. We don't want to hear that shit. So you're wrong.
I mean, look, I agree with them in theory. I guess you want to have something different. You're tired of hearing the same stuff. That's obviously that's what you feel. That's why you make different types of music. So good for you. But he knows, B-Dog, that sales ain't the thing. I don't think he's chasing sales. I think sales, if you wanted sales, he knows that he could go and do some formulaic shit to chase sales. We've seen artists chase sales many times. You know what that sounds like and looks like. So if he's saying he does different stuff to push rap forward, I don't know if I really think he's pushing rap forward, but I do agree with doing something different and being yourself and trying new things. I mean, that is what art's supposed to be.
Yeah, but here's my thing. And we're gonna talk about this more when we talk about what he said about Alchemist. But my issue with JPEG is his stuff is experimental and that's cool, but it don't all sound good, And at the end of the day, he always seems like he's doing something corny to like get attention. It just seems like this is constantly his thing, right? And like I don't know. I think some of the beats he makes are good, and I think some of his music is good, and he's got fans. He's got a fan base, but his fan base ain't really like it's not the same people. First of all, that even love Drake. It's not the same people, So when he's saying people are bored of Drake or whatever, I don't think I just don't. My wife. Right, like when I put on, she'll listen to Drake or whatever, right? But if I put on JPEGMAFIA, she don't like. That's not for her, right? And there's a lot of other people
but
don't like that type of stuff.
But his criticism of Drake's isn't wrong. The dude makes the same song over and over. He makes the same song always about some chick. Come on, dog. The songs be about the same shit, dude, over and over. Like, let me look.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a comparison. You mean it's about women? Okay, there's a lot of we don't say this about R&B artists, and Drake is halfway R&B artist, right? So he's a halfway pop artist, right?
I would say the same. I would say that about R&B artists.
You would say that? Oh, you rap about love too much to an R&B artist?
Or no, but they have different types of. No, first of all, plenty of R&B artists sing about all kinds of aspects of relationships. Now, hold on. What are we talking about?
Go ahead.
They got sad parts and good parts. They got sexy parts and breakups and all that type of shit.
And Drake does songs on all that.
Drake has all that.
Not really. Not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
To me, Drake make the same type of songs. It's always, oh girl. It's pillow talk. Sound like pillow talk. You know what I'm saying? That's what it always sound like to me.
You tripping.
It sound like bitch nigga stuff. And pillow talk and dancing. Like I don't know. That's what I think when I hear it. That's what it sounds like to me. And the nigga is old and he been making the same music for a long time. But does that mean that JPEGMAFIA is the person to really I mean, he could deliver that message. That's fine. Like I said, I don't think there's nothing wrong with him saying it. I just think that people gonna say the stuff that y'all saying. Well, you don't sell no records, so fuck you. Like Who cares?
Well, I didn't say that. I didn't say it's about record sales.
B-Dog
It's not
did.
about that.
He said, "Oh, you up here and he out here." Like that invalidates his argument about there's a reason why people make pop music. Pop music is a certain wavelength. It's going to hit a certain group of people. It's going to hit the most people possible. There's why, and then certain artists are never going to be that. You know, it's just not that. Like, you know, you're making some people on this wavelength, some people on this wavelength, some people doing this shit, and they making weird stuff. I mean, that's art in every version of it. They have people that sell a ton of paintings, and then they had people that didn't sell shit when they was alive, and then when they did, people started loving it after they killed themselves. Like, I mean, that's art.
Well, so okay, and so that's perfectly fine, and I think that's valid sentiment to have, right? You know, but that's why it's lame for him to both be dissing Drake and Alchemist and Earl Sweatshirt and stuff like that. Because if you dissing pop music, cool, right? Like ride for your experimental music. You know, like when Mos Def said, diss Drake, said it was like the kind of music you'll hear in the Target or whatever, and that's fine. But he's not also dissing, Alchemist or dissing underground artists too. Like it's weird to do both, So that's the next part we got to talk about here.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, look, you can have I think you can have critiques of music. I don't know if that means that. We'll talk about it. Let's look at what he said.
He says, "I'm a risk taker. I'm the only one. I'm one of the only risk takers in rap. I'm sorry. The rest of these literally do the same thing. Alchemist, Earl, and them, they've been making the same effing song for the last 20 effing years. Nobody gives a crap. I'm not with them. I'm here to evolve, go further, go harder. I'm going to do my stuff. I'm not here to give people the bare minimum and have that just be okay. That's not me. I'm not wasting my potential like those MFs. So, yeah. So, I mean, there you go. I mean, that's the quote. He's dissing Alchemist. So, like, first of all, on one hand, we got Drake, who makes the pop music. Who you say it's the same song. He just makes songs to the girls, and he's dissing that. Stop making the same song. On the other hand, you got the Alchemist, who's done classic albums with several different rappers, different types of rappers, all kinds of different artists. Whether it's melodic artists or rappers that focus on bars. And he's also saying that he's making the same music. So he does have a style, right? A style that's very popular in the underground, in the Griselda type crew, a style of beats. But every producer has, a style or a sound of beats, So I don't know. What's y'all thoughts on this?
I mean, I don't agree with this, but if that's what he thinks he's hearing, I mean, I guess that's fair for him to say it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with him talking about it either. If that's how he feels, like we just talked about Push talking openly about this stuff and saying things about people. And I praise him for it. I'm not mad that he's showing me himself. I just don't like what I'm hearing, basically. I don't agree.
Also, one of the differences to me too is that JPEG not doing this in a verse. He got mad things to say online to people. Freddie he had to beef with, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But he still got no smoke on the record, right? Like where the raps, right? He don't got no raps towards Freddie. He don't got no raps
on the song with Denzel Curry. He had a whole verse about. I thought it was about Gibbs or somebody. I mean.
Okay, well then, all right. I'm gonna go check it out, but that's not what goes.
Subs, it wasn't direct. It wasn't he wasn't naming names like this.
Yeah, so I just think it's listen. I think it's lame. I think it's lame to be dissing Alchemist like that.
He is lame.
I think he's trying. He's just trying to get clout. Alchemist.
You think this is motivated by, and it's his fault? Like he don't really feel this way. He's just trying to get clout.
I think he feels a way. I think he feels like he makes music that's more unique than everyone else. But unique for unique's sake does not mean better. Unique for unique's sake does not mean better, right? This is just like, nobody else has rapped on a track with elephant sounds, on the way. But that don't mean it's a good idea. It don't make it a good idea.
I thought that song was all right. I thought that song was okay.
You're the only one. You're the only one on the internet.
I'm not the only one.
That's okay.
I'm not the only one.
So,
but yeah, I mean, look, that is one of the things. I mean, right? We talked about this. Artists are artists, right? So a lot of people feel like, hey, a lot of artists, or you can see why it makes sense for an artist to be like, hey, my shit is unique. It ain't like what they're doing. I'm a different person. You know what I mean? So they feel like that makes them special. That makes them better. That's not that weird for an artist. The artists do that.
But see, like when Push is talking about why he's dissing people, he's saying it's because they did something about their character, something about their moral, something about you did something to me that I did not like. The way you're playing games that I don't like. JPEG is just critiquing other people's music, right? And that's cool. Anybody could be a critic, but to me,
right, that's what we're doing.
Artists generally step away from critiquing other people's music because they don't want to. Otherwise, you open yourself up to the same thing, right? So other people can talk about your music like it's trash. And a lot of he don't make music that a lot of people like, man. His music is very, very hit or miss. It is very.
I like a bit of his music, man. I like his music, so I'm not gonna sit up and say his music is not good. He has a fan base. It might not be for everybody. That's fair, but I think he has good music, and it is different. That's what people made up, and I don't think his music is trash. I disagree with that. So if that's the critique is his music trash, so why is he talking? That's not a really good critique. He has a fan base, and I'm sure he's making money and selling music and traveling and all that stuff that goes with being a successful rapper.
Well, did this come out with a single or something like that for us to hear with this article?
So this is coming out with the extended cut of the I Lay Down My Life for You. So that was the album that came out last year. It was good. I liked it. They had good songs on there. And so he got it extended. I guess he got a couple more coming out, more songs on there. But I mean, he said some other stuff in the interview that was like it goes along with this whole. He feels what's the right word? Put upon, insulted. He's been transgressed in some way. You know what I'm saying? So when he talks about stuff, he's like, well, what did he say? He said something about like people in the music industry or how they hate on his albums. He was like, people hating on my albums. They hate. Go ahead. You pulled it up.
Right here. He talks about this album. The reception when it first came out says, because they just want to hate, right? That's what. So okay. So
that's what I'm here for.
Right. Yeah. So he says, he's being asked about the reception of his album when it first came out, and his response is, they just want to hate, right? Not that there could be an actual flaw in his music or that his music can actually be grating on the ears. It actually sounds like noise. You can't accept that. It's only they want to hate. It's just other people just hate me. And then in the same interview, you spew hate to everybody else. It seems weird. Like it don't make sense. It just don't make sense. And this is why I think this guy gets in his own way. I think I don't think that he'll be able to create the impact that he wants because he's always doing something annoying. I just think that's,
I mean, I don't know how much stuff he's doing. He's giving an interview here, and if that's how you feel, I'm not really mad about it because I like hate. You hating? Go ahead, hate publicly, please. Tell me who you don't like and who you like. I like when artists do that, so I'm not mad. I don't like his reasoning, and I don't agree with him. I think the Alchemist does experiment. I don't think he knows the Alchemist music like that to really know what he's talking about. But him and Earl do get together and have a certain type of vibe if that's what he's mad about. But then Alchemist will go doing something else with somebody else and has a different vibe. So I don't know. Like I said, he's bitter. He's mad. I guess he feels like he should be super super popular and he's not. His fan base is his fan base, but it ain't big like this. But I mean, I do see some of this. But I don't know where because critics do be liking his music. Like he always, to me, I feel like when his music comes out, critics be giving it props. Like that's part of like his type of fan base. I think is like so critics be like, "Oh, this is experimental. I fuck with this." Scaring the Hoes, I think is fantastic. And I have seen now talk about it like it's a great album too.
Well, there was a lot of I think critical love for Scaring the Hoes. You know, yeah, I think in general the experimental stuff gets more props from critics, from magazines and stuff like that than it does from. But I think it gets more props than it does from the average like fan base, right? And so I think some of that is, you know, two different receptions that he may be seeing. So he says it. Some people just don't like me. They can't admit it. So they trying to pretend like they don't like me. The snares aren't hitting as hard or something. Got the same reception it always does. People hated it in the beginning, and then there was like, oh wait, it's actually good. Yeah. So
yeah, he's bitter, man. He do sound like he want a hug. You know, he want a trophy. He wants some recognition. He probably wants other rappers to recognize him as somebody who has done some things, but I'm guessing he hasn't gotten that. I'm guessing that's what, when he goes around other rappers, they act like they don't know him, or he's nobody to them. And he I'm sure he don't like that. I feel like he said that a bunch on his music too. I mean, like, it ain't really a new thing. I think the last 2 albums he's made that pretty clear. That's how he feels.
Yeah, no, for sure. Every rapper wants to work with, every rapper wants to work with Alchemist. Nobody wants to work with, or not that many people want to work with JPEGMAFIA. You know, and at the end of the day,
I don't know if that's true or not, man. Like, I don't know what his phone looked like. I don't know who calling him or whatever. But he has songs with a lot of different artists. Like.
Yeah. He got songs with different artists, man. He got songs with different artists. He got songs.
Nobody wants to work with JPEGMAFIA.
Not really, dog. Come on, man. Not really. We can't, bro. People in the chat. Tell me the JPEG Mafia. Tell me the JPEG Mafia. One that's in your playlist. I mean, look, dog. I think you are in the minority. You like his music. That's cool.
Oh, that's fine. I'm proud to be in the minority. If that's the case, I don't want to be ever accused of following nobody else. Please make that clear.
I'm just saying, dog. I mean, even amongst the people who listen to the same music as us, right? Like, even amongst the whatever, you know. So I just don't think it's the same fan base, dog. I don't think it's the same fan base.
He has a different fan base. That's definitely true. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, when you look at his crowds at his shows and stuff like that, the picture where he's spitting in the dude's mouth, they're all white people. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I mean, look, now hold on. Now, I'd have been to Talib Kweli shows with all white people, so I've been to a lot of different shows with all white people. For dudes that's super pro black. So you know, that's kind of like, that's fair, because that is something that I'm sure he feels a way about. So, or he may feel a way about. I don't know, but he clearly, like I said, he's an artist who wants some love. I think he wants love from other people and stuff, like other rappers, other people in the industry. When people talk about great rappers, he wants to be recognized. Yeah. And he's not the first artist that acted stupid about it.
I just think, you know, for any artist, you got to earn it. You can't just whine for it. Like, that don't work for anybody. You know, that's all. So,
and again, plenty of artists had crash outs over "Why Don't You Love Me." Like, artists do this, have been doing this for the beginning of the time, man, or at least as long as there've been recordings of artists. They do weird stuff. Stupid emotional stuff. Yeah, like The Game, like other people.
The Game is one of the worst offenders, and he's a lame.
But this is it.
But he's a lame. But
I'm not saying that. I didn't say he was cool for this. I never said he was cool for this. I'm just not surprised. Like, if he wants to act this way and do this lame shit, then I guess he can do it, because that's what he does. Like I said, I like when the artists are open about their weirdness. Like, instead of hiding this shit and making sure that you got a polished, hey, let my team give me the polished interview. What's the right answer here? I'm gonna say the right thing for the right time. No, you hating on people, hate on them. Hate on them openly. Too many people got hate in their heart, won't let it out.
No, I hear that. I hear that. All right. So that's enough for JPEG, man. We can move on to the next topic.
Stop giving that nigga shine. He is terrible.
For sure.
He's not.
Terrible, dog. Terrible. It's okay. We'll review the deluxe or whatever when it comes out. It's gonna be 5 more songs that are absolutely trash. Oh, what? It did already came out?
No, we won't. and we won't be reviewing it.
The album was good when it came out, but we're not reviewing it probably.
All right.
The
Okay,
extended.
man. Then he's like Azalea Banks. You all said, man, dang.
That's fair.
That's
That's
good
fair.
comp.
But he got way better music than her. And he got way more fans.
And people don't know either one of them for their music. People know them for the stuff they say.
I know that's true. I think Peggy has fans.
All right. Let's talk about.
That's a lame ass thing.
I didn't make it up.
Let's get to some of the music, man. Let's get to some of the music. All right. Let's talk about this Juicy J album, man. Juicy J and Logic. I'm sorry. Juicy J and Logic. I'm sorry. I gotta give Logic his credit here. I know that's B-Dog's favorite guy. Did anybody in the
B-Dog, talk about your bestie Logic, man. Tell us about Logic, man.
I hate this man. I really just have a deep disdain for him. Like, I don't ever want to listen to him talk again. I wish he would go away, honestly.
But hold on. But this is a Juicy J album.
Like,
all right, let's be clear. All right, Juicy J is the one on every track. Logic is the producer. He raps on, I believe, 3 tracks on the whole thing. So when you heard Juicy J doing an album with Logic, what was your reaction, B-Dog? You got hyped, right?
Legends going outside. Hate when they do that.
This was I definitely did not expect to see this pop in my new releases for the week. I know that.
Live and in color, man. Leroy said it. That Juicy J and Logic is fire. Fire. How many other people in the chat listen to this album, man? I was surprised. Pleasantly surprised. All right.
Fire? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Leroy.
Leroy always positive. You know, he a little extra. You know,
he is always positive. You're right. He always positive. Yeah. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
He'll never diss an artist.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. You know. But what were y'all thoughts? I mean, I thought the production on here. So first off, if we talking about Logic, I thought the production on here was really good. Really good, and throughout the album, one of the most annoying things about the album is that it's like a bunch of interviews in between. So Logic and Juicy J are talking the whole time, but it gives a lot of insight into the album as well. And so he talks about how Juicy J rapped on, you know, his normal style songs that he would normally rap on, the trap type beats that are slower BPMs, and then Logic sped them up, you know, and produced the whole track afterwards. So Juicy J still got to rap on, you know, what he, you know, was comfortable with, but then the album sound is way more boom bap than, you know, than you would hear from a Juicy J album. So I loved it because, you know, Juicy J is a legend. That's undisputable, undeniable. Mm-hmm. But I prefer more boom bap, you know, type sound. And I never heard him on this type of music. And so it really, you know, came out really well, I think. You know.
And before you even go into that part of it, though, the thing that to me that made this so crazy is the production is fantastic. I like the production on basically every song. There's the because Logic is not the main one rapping. The corniness is low, but it gets worse at the end. Toward the end, it does pick up at times. We can talk about that as we go through it, but the production was really good, and Juicy had a lot of jewels. I feel like he always has had jewels, but he's been experimenting lately. I mean, we talked about that jazz album he came out with.
Facts. He's been doing too much for me to listen to this album.
So you don't like him experimenting. You want him to just stick with the regular.
I just want trappy, trippy. Yeah. It's trippy, man. And that's it. That's what I want to hear. When he don't say that, I know the song ain't that ain't for me.
You want him to keep it ratchet. That's what you said. The dude get. I mean, listen. I like seeing.
It's just not for
legends
me.
Get older, grow more mature. I like all that. So yeah, I can't agree with you.
And then Project Pat floats on these songs too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially on 20 Years Later. I thought he had a great verse on that one. Yeah, Pat, I was like, yeah. Listen, Project Pat was rapping better than Wiz Khalifa on this album. The worst verse to me was Wiz Khalifa. I was like, man, what is this dude doing? Because I like that song
This
too.
dude is falling
Black
off
Rock
too.
thing.
Wiz Khalifa's a bum. We
Did
could put
y'all
him in the
watch
bum
his?
category, man.
Did y'all watch his Tiny Desk? That shit was ass. I'm gonna
I
be
didn't
No,
watch
I
honest.
didn't
it.
watch it. I didn't even know he had one.
It was
But he's
terrible.
a bum. He's a bum. I don't want to,
I don't want to say a
I don't know where his
bum,
fans
like,
at. He's a bum, man.
I like
When's
Wiz
the last time
Khalifa,
you heard a
man.
good Wiz Khalifa verse?
It don't matter. I still play
He
that
had an album
Cushion
this year.
OJ
When's the last
probably
time you
once
heard
a
a good
month.
Wiz Khalifa verse?
Don't matter. He a legend. Legend. Like I said, I still
So
play
there's
Cushion
there's
OJ
other
once a
people that's
month.
legends that you call bums that you don't listen to at all.
We talk
You
about
wouldn't
Juicy
listen to
J.
the
I
Juicy
don't.
J
I don't
album.
call no. I don't call no legend bums. That's
Okay.
not true. I'm just never listening to this shit.
Okay, all
Okay.
right.
And
all
he's
right.
with the bum. He's with the biggest bum of them all.
So you dislike it? All right. So okay. So tell us, do you dislike it because Logic's on it, or you dislike it because you really didn't like the production?
I didn't listen to it. I won't listen to it because Logic is on
Oh,
it.
okay. All right. Okay.
So
All
you
right.
just
I'm
have
good.
just a
So
stance
it's
against
just-
Logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
When did
well,
Logic
I
lose?
can't
Did you
take
ever
no
like
more, man.
Logic, or were you always a Logic hater? Like
No,
you
I
never
like
been good
that.
with?
I like one of his albums, the spaceship one.
The Incredible True
and-
Story.
Yeah, the Incredible True Story.
Yeah, that one's
And
like a classic.
I feel like we listened to his last album and it was okay in the beginning,
Yeah.
or maybe that was a different album.
Vinyl Days.
But
or
I
whatever.
can't
Vinyl
remember.
Days was. Listen, I think Logic can make good music. I just think he comes off corny. We talk about. Listen, Misha in the
Yeah,
chat said, she
he
knew
is
Logic.
corny.
He comes
He
off
doesn't
corny.
come off corny. He is
Right.
corny. There's a difference.
I think in this album, again, when he's playing a producer role and when he's playing, I think he oftentimes is trying too hard to prove something to people, to us, to the audience, to prove that he's black, main thing. And I think that comes off very corny to me. And he's much
corny on
cooler
this
when
album,
he just.
He had to let that shit go. He had to bring that up on this album. He was
Of
like,
course, yeah.
"When did you find out I was black?" or something like that. I was like, "Oh,
But
man.
Juicy J gave him the pass, dog. Juicy J gave him a pass to say the N-word, dog. You see? So now he finally got a pass. That's it.
Juicy
That's
J
it.
said,
That's
I already knew you was
man, that
black.
didn't happen on this album.
He
did.
said, "I already
Did,
knew you was
dog.
black." That's what he said. Don't try to do that
Yeah.
to Juicy.
He
Come
said,
on,
I knew
man.
you were black, dog. Yeah. He
said, "I
you
knew
said
you was
the
black
N-word anytime
already."
you want.
That's lame as hell. That's what I'm talking about. I can't take no more of that. One album, please. Without it.
It was on the skit. It was
Oh,
on the
man.
skit. You could have skipped it. It wasn't a song. But I mean, I was like, "What am I here?" Like, I was like, I
Why
wanted to
does he
listen to
have
the album in
remind
full.
us
They have a bunch of
constantly?
these.
I don't.
So, B-Dog, I don't know. You haven't listened to it, but there's a bunch of these conversations. You can look at the track list, and it says like discussion 1, discussion 2, 3. I think it goes all the way to 8. So discussion 8. So there's these times where like apparently him and Juicy J are like legit good friends.
Best friends.
And it does.
Juicy J said
And it does
they
sound
best
like that.
friends.
Yeah, it sounds like they are legit, like really good friends. That comes through in the music, and obviously they have chemistry with making music together. But it, a couple of those were just like, ugh, like it was it got cringy, corny, and I was like, Logic, here we go. Got to put your foot in it.
No, the corniest one is early when he's like, in hip hop, man, why do we have such a why are we so obsessed with getting chains and being flashy?
Yeah.
Like, why are all the rappers flashy? I was like, dog, it was very cool.
Yeah,
but
to this album with none of those discussions,
they got to explain the whole black experience to the man, It's like,
Yeah. And the thing is, like, he's funny too. Like, it's like, bruh, we can just skip these. If he didn't talk, like, this album would just go up. Why do you have these talks in here?
Post UR's comment, man. That's funny as fuck. See, that's true.
This you talking about?
Golly.
No, but the crazy thing is that he says that on the album too. He says that. He says Logic raps like he's the first big person ever, but he says that he says there's ever been anyone like me,
Right.
Drake still looks black and J. Cole still looks black, but I don't.
He said that on the album.
He did say that.
Anyone like me.
He did say
Y'all
that.
want me to listen to this? That's what I'm
say
saying.
that.
No,
He did say that.
I can't do it.
Because it's bad.
Y'all
Because
keep
that's
telling me
the
it's
thing
not
that's
that
so bad about
bad.
this. It's bad.
It's
If
bad.
you didn't have that, like I said, if you don't have these on here, This album, you would be like, I didn't really even hear Logic on the whole album. You wouldn't even know Logic. You would just think he featured on like one song. He doesn't rap that much. I think he's on like 2
three
songs.
times. He raps 3 verses.
3 times. Okay. He don't rap that much. So it's like it changes the whole vibe when the discussion comes on. I'm like, dog, you could have just skipped this and saved this because this is where all the bad stuff is. It's in when Logic talks.
Yeah. Yeah, but listen, look, I don't want to take away. The hate is funny. Look, the dude clearly has a hang up with it. You know what I mean? But the music is dope, and that's the thing. The music is dope, and that's why I really wish the dude, was just secure enough in himself.
Went to therapy. Yes, because we've been saying this for 10 years already.
Yeah, but like,
when everybody came out, it was.
So he talks about it. They talk about it, and it's funny, but some of the songs are dope. I think every song. See, my least favorite songs are the first 2, Live in Color and Get Right. But to me, The Problem. I love the production on there. I especially love the 20 Years Later, Flowers. Black Rothstein, I Need a Hug was a beautiful song. I thought I don't
ever want to hear a beautiful song.
It's a song about his mama, dog. I mean, come on, everybody.
I don't ever want to hear a beautiful song, man.
That's crazy. Every rapper has a song about their mama. You got too much.
I know, and I never call them. I never say, "Oh, this is so beautiful." That's not how I respond to it.
Okay, so what should I? I'm sorry. What should I say?
Was it a good one? I mean, just say it was a good mom song.
It was a good mom song.
It was one of the best. It was a great mom song. It was a great mom song.
It's hard to make a good mom song. I do get it.
No, it was a great mom song. I'm telling you, all this, the music itself has no corniness. That's the thing that's so messed up. Is if Logic don't talk, this album will be even higher rated. But 20 years later, you was right. You mentioned that one. Flowers and Did. Like, what song on here is not good? Like I said, I like almost every song on here. Yeah, if you take out them 8 discussions, this album is even better.
Yeah, the album's runtime is 48 minutes, and that's with all the discussions. The album really, if you take out the
songs are super short.
It flows so easy. It's an easy listen. It's a great listen. Like I said, so I think this is a great album. Yeah,
some of these discussions longer than the songs. Now that I'm looking at the times on here,
it's true.
Yeah, the song 126, discussion 156. So yeah, discussion. You just gotta skip the discussions. You skip the discussions. Logic, one of the best of the year. You just gotta stop. He gotta shut up.
Yeah, I mean, he did his thing, man. He did his thing. There's a lot of beat switches on here. I like I said, all props to me. What would you rate this? I rate this album a solid 8, in my opinion. What you thought?
I can't give it that high because these discussions on him, man. I really can't.
Also,
it takes me out of the music. I'm like, dang, that song was good. It was short. I'm like, oh, let me put that back on. And the beat still goes, and it goes into the discussion. And then they start talking. I'm like, what the fuck? So, man, it's cool that they're friends. It's weird to me. Like, I don't really know. I would like to, I guess, I don't know if I want to know, but maybe it'd be a funny short episode of some TV show where it's like why they're friends, because how they became cool, because it just seemed very odd and very random. But he talks about like how they got wasted at Logic wedding and all this type of stuff. But the main thing is, this is cool. This is cool for Juicy J to do something, I guess, a little different. Logic is really spending a lot of time. A couple of discussions, he just talks about how great Juicy J is, making sure that, he gives his props and talks about where he gets, his inspiration and how influential he is, which is true. And so I think our artists do deserve that type of stuff. And I like to see, legends get celebrated in hip hop. I feel like this is one of the only genres where they're not. So, besides that, the music is good. The music itself is good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I did a 45-second listen. I wasn't impressed, so I'm good.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what you like, B-Dog. But the music is good. The music is good, especially if you like the boom bap stuff and hear
Yeah,
Juicy J on that. It's a new thing, and so I think Logic really did his thing. He really did his producing job, and Juicy J gives him his props for the production as well. So it's great. It's great. You give it a rating, though, Baldy?
Yeah, I think it's a 7.5. I take half a point off for discussions.
All right,
because they are skippable, and they won't come on my random playlist again. If they do, I'm thumbing all of them down, but thumbing the songs up. I wonder what the algorithm is going to do. It's going to be like, you hate them or you like them. Which one is it?
Yeah. All right, man. Another legend that dropped was Slick Rick. Slick Rick dropped the album Victory. And pull it up.
Slick Rick is pretty old, man.
Yeah.
So for him to be coming out with a new album is great. In the last couple of years, I don't know if it's Nas or who, but somebody inspired all these legends to keep putting them out. I mean, Nas said it, I don't know if that's what people actually are heeding, but we got like a Rakim album. We got a Slick Rick album. Like, we getting like albums.
Everybody.
Now,
all the legends have been dropped.
The level of quality is not the same for all of them.
Right. A lot of variance in quality.
I'm gonna just come out and say I like this album a lot. This is a good album to me.
Whoa! I'm shocked. B-Dog likes something.
Shocking love.
And I'm especially shocked you like this. B-Dog, tell us, why'd you like it?
First of all, Slick Rick has one of the best flows, cadences ever. Just the way he sounds, everything sounds smooth on it. So every song, I'm like, he can't have a bad song because he just sounds so good. So none of the songs are bad to me. I wasn't a big fan of Stress, but everything else I loved, honestly. It was, and the same thing I said about Tyler's album was this sounds like just how Slick Rick is feeling. He's going into different parts of his life and different sounds that he wants to experiment on, and it all sounds good to me, man. I like this album.
Okay. So, Baldy, what were your thoughts on it?
Man, it was some of this was throwing me for a loop, man. But I mean, I've heard Slick Rick. I feel like recently he's been doing more rapping. I've seen him, in more places too. And so I was like, okay, so Slick Rick got an album. I was excited to hear this. I turned it on, and what was that first song? Was Stress with Gigs. I don't like these British people. I don't like these British rappers.
Yeah,
they all gotta kick rocks and stay your ass in Europe, dog. Now I know
Slick Rick is
British. He don't sound like them weirdos. They got to keep their weird shit over there. Slick Rick is cool. He's cool. He's been over here. The rest of these Europeans got to go, man. They got to go. It's time to deport these people, man. What Trump didn't send the ice after these British people, man. These British people got to stop. I don't like their accent. They can't rap. They accent and rap is annoying to me. It's like bad. But
it is.
But so I don't like Gigs. Sorry, Gigs. I know you don't care what I gotta say, but nah. But then, like, you're right. A lot of the other songs were cool, except they had the weird techno songs. It sounded like I don't even know how to imagine it. Like, did Slick Rick walk into a club where these young people was like hype and just be like, "Oh, okay," because the songs are not structured like
at all,
like rap songs. It's just kind of he don't even give like it's not 16s. I don't know, they're like 4s. I don't even know what you call it. Like it's something different.
Yeah.
So
the songs have like no structure. It's like it's not a hook. It's not a verse.
Right.
It's just like him doing his thing. I don't know.
And that's just on fire.
The songs are short too. The songs are very, very short.
Yeah,
like these songs are not long at all.
Like, yeah, these songs.
But what is the one? Because I'm here. Because I'm here for, and he's just like, I'm like, what am I listening to?
Yeah,
but his voice is like just beyond iconic. I don't even know how you describe his voice. Like, it is he is Slick Rick, the ruler. Like, it's a thing. He can do. He sounds good on a lot of these songs. I was listening to this in the car with my wife, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this because this is not like rapping consistently. But I'm not mad at it. I didn't think it was bad.
I'm mad at it. I'm mad at it. Listen, I'm glad y'all got the positive take, but I did not like the lack of structure, and I did not like the lack of rapping. To me, probably one of the highlights, easily one of the highlights is Landlord, where he actually does 3 verses, and tells a story. And then Documents, where Nas comes in and actually raps a real verse. Like it just feels like it's not like there's something wrong with the production or something like that, but it's just like when there actually is a verse, I'm like, this is what I like rap. I like rapping, and that's not what he's doing on most of the album. He's not rapping. He is doing something else, and it
sound fly.
It does kind of sound fly, man. Like the stuff that's like super techno is not really my bag, but it sound fly, man.
Hey, I like that Drake techno album, so that I said okay. Hey man, I like this a lot. This is a type of when people try things, this is what I like. This is a good try to me. He got some good tries in here. Now, I don't want to hear a whole album of "Cause I'm Here," but I'm not mad at it in this.
Let the Dirt say, man. This is part of the Mass Appeal 7 album stuff. That's a great question because this it's under license to Mass Appeal. When I'm looking at it, that's what it's got Mass Appeal at the under the record label part. So I don't know. That's a great question. But
I would think that there'll be better, advertisements and rollouts. I mean, I know he wanted to kind of put that. I know that was kind of the stated goal was to put these artists, these legends, and get them some shine. I've seen people talk about this stuff on the rap like podcast because we love rap and Slick Rick is Slick Rick, but I don't know if this is the right because I didn't see no build up for this or no advertisement for this or nothing to say this was out. And if I didn't see other people talking about it, I probably wouldn't have noticed it myself because it was just on the app. It wasn't even prominent. So, but I'm very happy about this. I don't know how else to. This is the problem with the legends, especially one like Slick Rick, who I like him more than I probably listen to his music. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't listen to the Great Adventures of Slick Rick all the time like that, and I don't even know all his albums like that. But he is Slick Rick, and so it's like when you hear him, it's like, oh, it's a thing. So it's very interesting compared to other artists. Like when I hear it, I'm like, oh, okay. It's almost like I'm cool with it. There's nothing to me. There's not nothing bad here, but this is also not nothing that I'm like about to play a bunch of times. But then I still feel positively about it. You see what I'm saying?
I get it. I hear you. I hear you. I mean, yeah. B-Dog sound like he gonna listen to it. You might bump it, but yeah, for me,
I'm definitely gonna bump it. This is in my top 5 albums of the year so far. I'm gonna be honest.
Dope. I'm glad. Listen, hey, so different things. I'm glad because we listen to a lot of music and B-Dog be hating. So I'm glad we
a lot.
Yeah, look, man, I really appreciate y'all in the chat too. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of putting that together for me because I didn't really think about that when I was listening to this because I was like, this is weird. Like, it came out of nowhere for me. Not what I was expecting.
Yeah,
me either. No, yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot, man. If we
I didn't see the visual album.
I'm giving it an 8. It could possibly be a 9 after some more listens, but I'm starting off with an 8.
That's high praise, man. That's high praise. I give this a solid 5. And yeah, that's yeah, respect to the legend. That's I'm giving this a solid 5. What's your thoughts, Baldy?
A 5?
I don't know how to rate this, man.
Damn.
I think this is like a 6, I guess, a 7, maybe. I don't know what he's going for, but I think it's successful. Like, like this not bad, man. It's because if I put this on in the background, I wouldn't even be mad. Nothing would make me stop.
No, for
I
sure.
would never say, "Oh, what is this shit? Turn this shit off." Like, there's nothing on here that
exactly.
Like that. The same. I would say the same thing about the Juicy J, except Logic talks. But this, like, I could put this on 27 minutes. Oh, 27 minutes went by. I got a little bit of everything in there, and I ain't really hear nothing repeat. It was different. But I wasn't mad at nothing. There's a couple of standout parts. It's like I said, it's very short, even though it's 15 tracks. He talks a little bit. He goes back to music. It's you got some variations in the sounds. So yeah, I like it. I don't know if it's hard for me to pick certain ones though that I'm gonna play a bunch of times. Like I do think I will have Landlord and maybe Documents.
Documents got that shit fire.
Yeah, Documents, definitely. Those are definitely the stand-ups. Those are definitely ones, even if you aren't gonna give the whole album a spin, you should give those tracks a spin for sure.
I like them talking this shit on I Did That.
Yeah.
Just talking because he got the voice, man. He got the voice, man.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Yeah. Shout out to chat. Y'all. Well, we good on time? Or y'all ready to go? Or y'all want to talk about these top 50 lists? Or save that for another day.
Oh, we can talk about these lists.
All right.
B-Dog different though. He got a life. He got something to do.
What's your
my kid's gone this week.
Give a fuck about these lists and who make them. Fuck these lists. But whatever, we can go through it real quick.
All right.
There's always
and then
shit.
Shout out to Let the Dirt Say Amen, man. I listened to God Hates Gucci. I actually really like it, and but we'll check out the other ones for sure. I appreciate you supporting.
I thought we talked about I Love You, I'm Not Sorry.
We did. I thought we did.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah. So I know we listened to it. I know we all listened to it. I like God Hates Gucci. That's my favorite one. But I guess you got a new one. Cool Disco Dirt. We'll definitely check it out. So let's get to this is why he got less streams than Drake, but he light skinned with bars. Double qualified for a live album review.
We got less subs than everybody too, so I could relate. But we appreciate it, man, for sure.
Yeah. So all right, man. Let's talk about
album?
Yeah, let's
review
talk about
next week. We ain't got nothing else to listen to.
All right, so Complex did a top 50 list.
Another one. This is the only reason people click on their website, really.
Yeah. Top 50 New York rappers list, man. And I got a lot of hate for this list, so we're gonna talk about it. So first off, right from the jump, they got Ice Spice in the top 50 list.
That's fire. Hey, that's what New York sound like. That's what New York sound like right there.
They got Cardi B in the top 50 list at 25.
100%.
At that.
At 25.
And they got Nicki Minaj at number 7, dog. Listen, okay, I'm my first take that I got, my first take, and I might get canceled, but there's way too much woman representation on this list, dog. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry.
Dang.
Incredible. That's exactly what you need to say first, man. First thing on here. Way
crazy.
Too many chicks on here, man. What is going on?
Yeah. They clearly were like this is clearly like a DEI like list right here. Like, they trying to get the diversity in there, but I'm sorry, dog. Not all of them deserve to be on here, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. This
is real hate.
It's gotta be, it's true though, man. Come on, man. Look at this list, man. This list is an abomination, man.
Yeah. So we already know Nas should be number 1. Okay. That's clear. Listen, I don't know who wrote this, but as a Jay-Z stan wrote this. My second controversial take on this list. we gotta. I don't know even how to say it, bro. But just because somebody died, it don't mean they get a permanent spot at the top of the list. I'm sorry. Okay.
Who are you talking about? Don't say
dang.
Biggie. Please don't say Biggie.
Oh, it's for a lot of people. Biggie, Pop Smoke.
I didn't even
else
see
on
Pop
here?
Smoke on there. Pop
Yeah.
Smoke is crazy.
At 27, dog. At 27, you got Pop Smoke above. Look,
That's
you got
crazy.
Pop Smoke above.
Cool G Rap. Pop Smoke above
Yeah,
Cool G Rap, bro.
Big L above Cool J Rap too. Big L too. I'm sorry. I'm
Hey,
sorry, dog. Listen, bro.
Yeah.
Bruh, some people might be mad. Some people might unsubscribe because of this, but listen, just because you died doesn't give you a permanent spot on the list. I'm sorry, man. Like it's just we gotta do the list fair and square. You got
it's bad, man.
It's really bad. It's really bad. All right. So I don't even know how to fix this. What else? What y'all thoughts on this? Anyone else got to take? Am I taking all the heat for this one?
I mean, you hit the biggest first things I was gonna get to is why the fuck is Nicki Minaj anywhere near the top 10 rappers of all time in New York? Like that's just
that's a fact.
That
No,
is
she
just
up there. I'm gonna be
bruh,
honest.
First of all, about 5 of these chicks got to be removed from this list. Okay,
100%.
Kim, Fox, Light.
Those can stay.
That's it.
That's it.
Who
Those
else?
can stay.
The rest of them got to go.
Nicki got to be in there. Nicki in there.
Okay, if Nicki gonna be in there, she shouldn't be number 7, though. There's no way she should be number 7.
But she in there.
Nicki,
she top 50. We not.
The only person
she could be 50. She could be 50 then.
She's 48. She could take Diddy's spot.
How is Diddy even on the list, dog? He's not even a rapper. He ain't writing any of his rhymes. Like, what is it doing on there?
Well, do we put? I guess you're right. You're right. But he is a top 10 staple in New York. If we making New York staple, he should be in there.
He was put on here just for controversy. They just wanted to throw his name in there just to.
No, so the way it works is it's complex, right? So what they taking into account is just they take into a lot of hits and stuff like that. They just hold that in higher regard, and so
that's not true.
You see
that's not true because they also got.
It's gotta be
Most Def. It's not about hits. They got Most Def. They got
Well, they're still taking it into high regard, man. They still holding it in a high regard, man. Because why else would you have Nicki that high up on the list? There's no other reason. We're not gonna sit up here and say Nicki got bars. She got albums. She got some kind of foundational New York music. She got none of that. She got big sales. So that's the only reason she would be anywhere near this list in the first place. Especially not nowhere near top. She's over DMX and all the other people that's there, like KRS-One and Prodigy.
Yeah, DMX didn't get a big enough buff for being dead. I'm sorry, he didn't get a big enough jump for being dead. No, rest in peace to all the legends that are on here. But I'm just saying, dog, like
crazy.
If Biggie get a number 2 bump, I'm just saying, like, come on, man, like let's.
Well, the thing is with the forever stuff, Big, he was number 1 when he died. So he forever gonna be, people putting him less than 3, I think is probably gonna get people mad at you.
Well, y'all
especially depending on the list.
Y'all don't want to see my list, man. Biggie.
Well,
Biggie.
no, look, I don't. I think that Biggie should be moved down now at this time as people have passed him. His contemporaries have continued to put out music. But
listen, to me, it's about how much music. It's not about where you were when you died. It's about how many. Biggie got 2 amazing albums. Okay, great.
That's enough.
That's a lot. So does many other rappers on here have more than 2. Many others have more than 2.
Right.
It's not about more or less than 2. These are the 2 projects I gave you, and they were both heat. I did my part. What else? Like, I'm not knocking you for bodies of work. I don't know.
No. That debate's never really gonna end because people gonna disagree with that, right? Forever. I mean, some people gonna always say, "Hey, look, you passed. You was at the top. You stay near the top or at the top." right? Some people gonna always have Big the best because Big rapped with some of these people and was better than them when he was alive.
But we don't do this we don't do this in like sports, right? Like it's the person who has the highest scoring season, right? We don't say, oh, they always the greatest, all right?
That's not the same thing, man. You don't die.
That's not the same. Yeah, exactly.
It's the
if Jerry Rice died after one of his greatest seasons, people would be like, "Dog, like, look, I don't even want to."
Exactly.
I might get
people
myself
get
in
hurt.
trouble.
Wait, hold on, but people get hurt.
Hold on, listen.
Like Derrick Rose.
I'm a big fan of football, and I went to Miami, right? So everybody
Sean Taylor
in Miami loves Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor is that good, right? Yeah. He was the greatest, but he got he got killed. He didn't have a full career. Like when we saw him, he was great, and then he didn't have a full career. So we will always hold him high, no matter what. But it's not the same. Other people that didn't have that connection not gonna have him that high. Other people obviously have way better stats, did way more. So yes, if Patrick Mahomes died tomorrow or he won a chip next year and then passed away, you would never be like, oh, he's the greatest forever, no matter what. He didn't get to finish. He passed. It doesn't matter. Like Big might have kept going and being great.
What ifs?
Yeah, you talk about what ifs. What ifs are different from what ifs are different from you number 2 and you'll never be moved. The fact that they put Jay-Z over him is like
that's blasphemy because they I don't agree with that.
They put Jay-Z over him, but they won't put Nas over him. Like they clearly
completely agree. Completely agree. Jigga should not be over Big. I'm sorry. They need to stop doing this. Jay-Z is not number 1. He got beat by Nas, so I don't know why he ever over Nas in any way, shape, or form. Now, if you want to put Nas 1 and Jigga 2, at least that makes sense. To me, stop this. They got to stop this. Okay, of course, the Leroys of the world is going to hold on tightly
Here we go.
to the nutsack of Jay-Z, but other people understand he lost, man. He lost, man.
And half his both lines are from Biggie. So come on, man. Like you can't spend half your career quoting another dude and then be over him. I'm sorry, dog. You can't. It's not I don't like
but not just that. You have other artists on here. To me, 50 Cent, why is he so damn high? What the hell did he do? He had an album. One album. He should be way down there in the 20. He should be lower than Cool G Rap. And he should be lower than Jigga.
He didn't die. We saw his fall off. We saw all the trash albums he came out with.
Fall off, Live and in Color.
But he still gets stuck right here because of one album, dog. I don't like.
He made great TV shows, but he can't be over DMX who had 2 in the same year. How you have 2 in the same year and then 50 Cent had 1?
Right.
That don't even make no sense.
Right. I don't get it.
Busta Rhymes too high to me. I love Busta Rhymes. He got to get kicked down.
Yeah. 9 is high. 9 is real high.
9 is too high for Busta Rhymes.
Q-Tip not high enough. This is disrespectful.
Q-Tip not high enough. Cardi B shouldn't be on the list. She got 1 album. She got to get kicked down. She got a great season of Love and Hip Hop.
She didn't write all the verses on her album. Like, I'm sorry.
Pop Smoke got to get off the list. Pop Smoke got to get off the list. I'm sorry. I know he passed. He got to get off the list. Why is Fat Joe blanked out? That's his name is Fat Joe. Why did they blank out the fat?
It's crazy. Blanking out the fat is insane, dog. It's not. Yo, you get canceled for that now, I guess, huh?
Who cares, bro? Yeah, I mean, there's other people that should why is Raekwon is down there with Pop Smoke? That's crazy to me. But for the most
dumb
part,
it down. Where should Raekwon be at?
With the rest of the people on the list. I mean, I think
no, hold on.
Jim Jones should be on the list.
Baldy, let dumb it down. Answer where Raekwon should be at on the list.
Raekwon is fine.
That's what I want
to. I think this is fine. I think it's fine. The issue is there's people over him that should not be over him, like Nicki Minaj and a lot of people that should not be over him. But
Jim Jones shouldn't be on the list either.
Jim Jones should not be on the list.
He had a summer, dog. He had a summer.
Listen,
he had one summer. You're right.
Nori shouldn't be on the list.
Around going bowling.
Nori shouldn't be on the list neither, though.
No, Nori should be on the list. Nori should be on the list. Nori should be on the list. Top 50, Nori should be on that list somewhere.
There's rappers that aren't on this list that are over. That should be over. Nori.
Y'all gonna stop disrespecting Nori, bro? Nori got multiple classics in group and solo. Y'all need to stop hating on Nori. Okay.
All right. Listen, Doug. I'm just saying. So I guess bars don't matter in this list. I guess is what you said. This is what you're telling me.
Yo, people still quoting Nori bars, man. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne just did a whole Nori verse on his album.
No, I didn't forget about the album.
That's what I said. CNN already had a classic.
I'm not forgetting about the War Report or anything.
His solo classic came out. You gotta stop. Don't hate on Nori. All right.
I'm not okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, okay, people like Kweli should be on the
Kweli
list.
should definitely be on the list. But like I said, we took what, 3 women off, and then Jim Jones, Pop Smoke, that took off
Sky
as well.
Zoo
So yeah, there you go. I think so for sure. Of course, I'm a huge Sky Zoo fan. They're not the only ones. I think there's other rappers that should be on there. Buckshot. I don't see Buckshot on there. Is he on it?
Nah.
Buckshot should be on this list to me. I mean, Pharoah Monch on the list. You know, of course, I think they got a lot of legends. Where's Eric Sermon? Eric Sermon not on that?
No, I don't see it. Nope.
Oh, he Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, never mind. I was just trying to think of some other legends that should be on this list. So, I mean, I'm not. This is not the worst list I ever seen, but like I said, you're right about they have some DEI ladies on the list, and then they have some people that's on here just because they're trying to put some young people on, so they hopefully get some clicks from young people. Because this is, otherwise it's trash.
All right, we're gonna have to make our own list, man. You know, we keep talking about that. One of these days, we just need to make a list, all right? You know, so we could have the argument about it. We each should make a list and then argue about it, because I know our list would be mad different.
Yeah, because you wouldn't have Raekwon on there.
I didn't say you would be on there.
You would have no Mobb Deep, and half the Wu-Tang members will be missing.
All I'm saying is that Ghostface has to be, I mean,
he's 13.
He's over him, and that's good. So that's fine. I think that's fine.
Doom is super high on here. Doom ain't that high on. Should not be that high on here.
This is another the guy, passed away buff, but Doom has gotten a lot more love after
posthumous
his death.
Love, yes.
Yeah,
posthumous love.
Yeah. I mean, he's undoubtedly one of the best rappers. I mean, so it's just that he didn't get that much love before he died. That's all. So
that's how Big L is too. Ghostface is definitely in the top 10 for sure. But Ray got to be somewhere around 10 to 15, no lower than that. Prodigy should be top 10, especially like if you in New York, like if you saying this is a New York list from New York Negroes, Prodigy got to be like top 5.
He 11. I think that's all right. 11 is all right.
I mean, you don't wear Timbs in the summer with no socks. Like you don't.
He should be over Nicki and 50. I agree with you. He should be definitely over Nicki and 50. So
yeah, putting him below 50 is kind of crazy to me. But like I said, some of the stuff on here is bad. But these lists are always fun to argue about because it's it's terrible. That's all. It's just really, really bad.
And we never talked about it, but they did one for LA.
Right.
And they did it for LA, and they got.
Yes, it should be on the list, of course. Yes, Sticky Fingers should.
They got your boy
considered.
#1.
Not Core Mega. You can leave him off the list.
Yeah, nah. Heavy should not be on the list.
Somebody like Joey Badass on there before Core Mega.
Heavy can't rap that well, dog. Come on, man. The rapping skills also matter. Deck ain't on the list. Deck should be on the list before Havoc.
That's true. No, that's true. I'm not saying he shouldn't be on there before Havoc. But Havoc should be
on the list before Havoc.
Fife should definitely be on the list before Havoc.
Okay, so there's a lot of other people. Havoc ain't at the top of the list of people missing.
Havoc got though, Doug. You gotta be. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta. Master Ace, I ain't seen him on there. He should be on the list.
Master Ace should be on the list.
My personal favorite, Buckshot, should be on the list. So they had people on there that should be on the list. I think they only had Sean Price from Boot Camp Click.
Yeah.
I didn't see Master Ace, man. They don't look, man. I don't know. Do y'all love Master Ace in New York? My New Yorkers out there, I don't know what they do, man. I think Master Ace is another underlooked, underappreciated MC.
So yeah, we gotta make our list, and then like I said, we gotta argue about it. But of course they did the LA list too, and of course they had your boy, your guy, number one.
Oh man, get this shit out of here, man.
LA.
Get this shit out of here, man. You can turn this off already, man.
You don't think he's the greatest out of LA of all time?
No, it's not, man. Why would I think that, man? Snoop Dogg from 40 years ago.
I'm saying so. I mean, Cube number 3. I wish they had it in a list like that. Like
Cube number 3 is already like. I just don't even want to talk about it no more. man. I don't even want to talk about it. Cube number 3 is just. I don't even know what to say. Ice Cube is so dramatically disrespected by these people out here.
I can tell you one thing though. The NY list definitely better than the LA list. I'm just saying, like, to me, it ain't
in terms of accuracy or in terms of
no, in terms of like
LA rappers,
if you had to battle these 50 versus these 50.
Oh, like hell yeah. LA got about 5-10 good rappers. Like they ain't got that many good. No, they need to stop, man.
Yeah.
West Coast Cube is number 1, man. They need to stop this, bro. They put Kendrick Lamar and then Snoop. That's not even. That's all right. It's okay.
Yeah,
y'all go.
All right, man. I think we had a good episode. We out here long enough. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man.
We appreciate everybody in the chat, man. That makes the show fun when y'all in there saying different things. Appreciate who was it earlier, man? She had a lot of good stuff to say. Misha. Yeah, you had a lot of stuff to say that was very, very insightful.
For sure. All right. We'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace.